In this video, we're going to talk about how you can use releasing on small goals and small annoying situations to get success and see how it works to actually speed up your releasing process and use it to actually solve situations and achieve bigger goals in your life. If this is the first time that we meet, I'm Jonas, and on this channel we talk about authenticity and personal growth. We provide tools and ideas that help you gain clarity, freedom, and fulfillment in your life. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing. So I'm gonna tell you a couple of small stories where I have used releasing on, so you understand like how it actually works and how it can make your life so much easier. And then I'm gonna give you some tips on how to implement this in your life. So one small little story or one small little thing that I often use releasing on is if someone doesn't text me back. Maybe let's say I get to know a girl and she doesn't text me back, and I feel like I kind of like uncomfortable about the situation. What I sometimes do is I just sit down and I just release, such that I get to a feeling, to a point inside of myself where I feel like I'm completely okay if she doesn't text me back, if she's never gonna text me back, if I'm never gonna meet her again, and I'm gonna be okay if I meet her again, if she's texts me back, and all of this kind of stuff. That's just completely released and relaxed. And oftentimes what happens is when I do that, then suddenly she texts me back. Another funny example of this, where I usually use releasing on, is a story where I was basically starting a new job, and there was like this company that I was working at, and there were a couple of affiliate people that were also working with this company, and there was like a WhatsApp group where the people of my company and the affiliate people were all in one group. And funnily enough, this group was called Transformers. And so for me, I kind of like started working at this company, but I somehow wasn't added to the chat. And I told them, can you please add me to the chat? And somehow they didn't do it. And then like stories were coming up like they don't like me, or they don't appreciate my skills, or like I'm not part of the group, or whatever kind of stories came up. And it annoyed me. And at some point I just sat down and I just released on it, such that I got to a point where I was completely released on the whole thing, where I was like, okay, never being added to the group ever, and where I was just completely fine with the whole thing. And then half an hour later, after being completely released on it, they just added me to the group. I didn't have to do anything, but suddenly they added me to the group. And so that's really the power of releasing. When you really use releasing on these small little things, you start to realize and see how powerful it is, and then you're gonna start to dare to use it on bigger goals as well. Another example, which was quite a big story actually for me, was when back in like 2020, when I was kind of like not sure about where I want to go professionally, because I want to do coaching part-time, but I want to do work in some job employed the other time of the basically my work, and I didn't really know where or what I wanted to do. And at some point I made myself a goal and said, look, I know what kind of job I want to work in, and how I want to focus my energy and time on. And so I released on that, and I got completely released on the whole thing. And when I felt completely released on this goal, then I sat at the computer and I was looking on LinkedIn, and suddenly there was an ad for a job that just popped up, and I was like, that's crazy. Like I never saw any job like this. It was like giving workshops on leadership, culture transformation, personal development. I didn't even know that this kind of job exists, and it was so much what I was looking for, even though I didn't even know that this exists. Then I can actually apply to this job, and I got the job. And it was crazy because I just felt in this moment where I got completely released, something changed. And that's really the power of releasing. By letting go of your blocks and letting go of all the resistance inside of yourself to your goals, you can go and actually achieve them and have them so much more easily, because you let go of all the inner resistance to it. And so why I invite you to actually work on small little goals, small situations like these that annoy you, the first two that I told you about, like they just annoy you, feel like that's uncomfortable or whatever kind of situation where you feel there's something not ideal, and you want to solve the situation but you don't know how. Just sit down and release on it and get to a point where you feel completely at ease with whatever outcome of the situation. And when you do that, you start to realize it actually works. It actually works, and you start to be more confident and realize actually you can use it for a lot of things. And so really invite you to actually do this on small little things. And I have a video where I talk in depth about how to actually use releasing on your goals or on any kind of situation. And I will link this up here. And so check this out. It's called something along the lines of how to release on your goals to achieve them. And I will tell you all the techniques that I use, all the different kind of ways of releasing that I either have learned or that I have developed to actually release on goals. And if you don't know what releasing is, I will also link another video which describes what releasing is. I also have a couple of other videos that I'm gonna link in the description, which are different ways of releasing more in depth. But really invite you to actually go and do releasing and check out for yourself what happens if you apply this and start with the small goals. And if you liked the video, please hit the like button. And if you want to support my channel, please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you'll be notified when new videos are gonna come out. And so there's so many videos on this channel. I invite you to check out the one where I talk about how to release on goals. And this one is the one introducing you to releasing the interview release technique. So have a great day and see you in the next video.